Hello, welcome back to another video. We're doing on Otter Pop Culture. We're doing Maggie Rogers. And Maggie Rogers, I did not know anything about her until SNL. So SNL had her be the performance for last Saturday, which is the same one when we saw blah 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 blah. Saw Pete Davidson do the would you marry? Do you want to get married? He did that to her. So she performed. I listened to the first song. I didn't listen to the second one. The first song was fun, so I was like, oh, this is interesting. Like, I'll get into her. So the next day I started listening to all her stuff, and she had way more songs than I anticipated. So, and her sound to me, has always been very folky, mixed with pop-ish, dancey, dancey to electronic sound. But I listened to, so Alaska has been my favorite song, and then the rest of the songs have just been amazing, but I want to actually go down in the history of her and see if, more about her, to kind of get into her. So she was born in, Maryland, and it's a rural area, so I'm sure it was probably intense. She also has released 2 albums, folk albums, which has been The Echo in 2012, and in 2014 she released Blood Ballet. They're not on Spotify, so I haven't heard it. I'm actually gonna try to figure out I can find a way to look them up or something so I can actually hear them, because somehow they're actually available somewhere. So I'm sure iTunes or something. But apparently she had a growth of how her sound sounded like. So back then it was folky, and then she studied abroad in France and heard the electronic sound in France and kind of adapted that into her sound, which sounds pretty cool. She also, but the thing is that she became viral from a video where she was doing a masterclass with Pharrell, and apparently that's when she wrote the song Alaska, and she wrote it within 15 minutes, and it's about a hike trip that she took that was in Alaska, and apparently, and I watched the video, and Pharrell looked like he was really enjoying it. He was pretty moved, and I was like, this is pretty cool. The sound of it was actually slightly similar to his kind of sound, but it was pretty cool. So that kind of inspired me more into getting into it. Obviously this is something that's really good, and every single song was just, I personally liked every single song. Every single song that she's released so far has been amazing. On and Off, what's the other one? Well, there's Alaska, Falling Water, which came out recently, so did Light On. So I personally think she's amazing, and apparently, she released the EP in 2017 in February called Now That the Light is Fading, and that has Alaska in it, and it has a couple other songs on it too. I personally just like every single song, and my second favorite song has to be Falling Water, because I feel like it has just her vocals, it's just effortlessly, just effortless. She hit, there's a part in the end of Falling Water where she just hits high note, just on a fucking limb, and it just sounds beautiful, and and I feel like a lot of her songs are very spacey, very, very, very relaxing, and just emotional in the best way, and I can totally just see myself just listening to it on a beach, or listening to it while I'm wandering around in a forest or something. It's something you definitely want to listen to when you're trying to if you're just wandering around or listening to a lower key kind of a thing. It's so beautiful. And I found out recently that the song Falling Water is written by, if I could pronounce this right, Raijim Batmanji. who is what he was a drummer for Vampire Weekend, so he helped write and produce Falling Water. So no wonder I fucking like it. I think it's amazing. So I've been pretty obsessed with her for the past like 4 days, and I just felt like I had to say something about her and pass it on to you guys to see like if you guys heard of her, if you have, and what like you thought about it and that about her. And I actually very interested in her album because I feel like I might end up liking all her songs on her album. I haven't heard it. It's actually not out yet. I'm sure it's going to come out next year. But I cannot wait. I think it's going to be so fun. I think it's going to be so good. I honestly, I'm very geared up. Definitely after a whole Ariana Grande coming out with a new album and everything, I'm completely geared up to hear like these different sounds that have been going on, because I felt like lately music has been kind of floating with sound. Like a lot of like everybody has a remix that sounds similar to like some type of EDM group, and or they get an EDM band or a singer like Calvin Harris and everything and put them on there, and it's just like, oh, here we go, like this is my single, which is great. And I'm glad that we're still embracing the EDM sound, but I feel like we're not. I feel like pop has been very flip-floppy lately with what their sound, what the main sound is, and I kind of have got kind of tired of the sound. So I just like, it's great to see people like Ariana Grande and Maggie Rogers Maggie Rogers just like giving you this complete sound that you didn't think that was gonna come, like just out of nowhere, and just like it's unique, it's different, it's completely off of anything that is not nothing compared to anything that you've heard before, but it's just so beautiful. So I definitely recommend listening to her, and I think you'll just be blown away. So that's it for my video today. Leave a comment below and tell me what you thought about her. What's your favorite song? Because she has a good handful of songs. I wasn't expecting her to have so much songs. But I was very happy for that. What was your favorite song? What do you think this album's going to sound like? Are you excited for the album? And if you have any other artists or rappers or EDM bands that you want me to get into, leave a comment below, and I will get back. I'll see how many people I can get into and do a review for. And that's it for today, and I'll see you guys next time in the next video.